We laugh. It is. What's going on with my hat there? It's like colorful. It is Monday, October 19th. It is 3:02 in the morning. This is old James on super death grind, grinding super hard for 2 years straight. This is the 8th week. I'm just doing basically documenting this, what I'm going through, relevant thoughts as it pertains to life, world, and myself. So this was a long weekend. Usually I've been taking Sundays off as kind of my family reset day, hang out, chill mode. Truth is, I'm always kind of working, but usually I try, no physical appointments, me not having to be anywhere. Unfortunately, that was not the case this weekend. I usually work a full day on Sundays or Saturdays, and then try nothing on Sundays. However, worked a full Saturday till about 6 or so. Got some fam time in, and then Saturday was another SS. But Sunday I had to work basically 6 or so hours. So it was kind of a bummer. I feel great right now. Up until yesterday, for a little bit yesterday, I had never felt anything like a sort of burnout. However, I did experience some of that yesterday, although I feel great today. It was a bit much because I always go in thinking or expecting, Sunday is going to be completely my rest day. But it didn't happen. After I got done with my appointments, I ended up canceling my last one just because I was like, nope, not doing it. But man, yeah, I was wiped out, but ate a bunch of food, fell asleep super early. I'm actually unsure what time I actually fell asleep because I fell asleep on the old sofa. But yeah, I woke up at about midnight for a sec. Watched a couple YouTube videos, ended up going back to bed, woke up at 2. My wife cleaned the house, so I didn't have a whole lot to clean. I just put away dishes, which was great, so thank you. And then, yeah, now I'm here. It's about 3 in the morning, 3:05 in the morning at the office. I'm going to go through my whole list of what I want to accomplish today and this week and hit the ground running. But I feel really good. I am going to attempt the first week of November doing a vacation. Got a whole bunch of house projects I need to do going into wintertime, some things I want to do. But more than that, I've had this idea for a while. I'm going to attempt to live off of a flip phone. Just an old school ring ring text call. So I'm going to attempt to do that as a dualistic thing, and also see how my crew is running up here, if they can run without me, and then hop back in the next week, just to ensure we're staying on pace, staying on track, and make some evaluations, some business decisions from there. So that's that. I've been vibing on the OG Jim Rohn lately. So one thing I typically do is my first hour of my day, I will listen to self-development, self-help, whatever you want to call it, stuff, meditate, think about myself, think about life, work on myself, talk about things I want to do personally. I think I've realized today I want to learn some more languages. I've taken a lot of Spanish before, and I'm half Mexican. Just nothing has ever stuck. I mean, look at me. Look at this half Mexican. But yeah, I really want to learn some more languages. I really want to work on my mental cognition in a bunch of different fashions as far as memory goes, as far as thinking processes, do some brain training. I don't know what's out there, but I'm sure there's some good apps for that. So I think I'm gonna take some time after I get off this little video and look at what I can do. I've used Duolingo in the past for learning Spanish, so I think I may resume that. But honestly, I've tried it and it hasn't really worked. So maybe there's a better comprehensive course out there for learning languages. But definitely want to learn some languages. Definitely want to do some brain training. Some other thoughts I had this morning while listening to the OG, Mr. Jim Rohn, great guy. YouTube him. He's got an abundance of seminars out there, and his wealth of knowledge about self-improvement is undeniably impeccable. So I implore you, watch Mr. Jim Rohn. He is the OG. And what I found is with self-development, you know, these Tony Robbins guys, Dave Goggins, whoever you want to watch or follow, is that Jim Rohn, no matter the level I was on in life, whether I felt super depressed and lazy or functioning at what I think is a high level, he has always resonated with me, no matter what level I'm on. So I think he's someone that anyone could dive into, learn from, and resonate with his materials. Just my thoughts on that. But I was listening to him, and he was talking about, and I agree, and I've always thought this, but he just put it in more eloquent words than perhaps I was previously thinking. But he was talking about how basically thoughts are everything. That we wouldn't persist in this environment. I wouldn't be sitting in this chair if someone didn't first have the thought to create a chair, and then have the thought to make plans, and then put those thoughts in action. But I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe. I don't have COVID. Don't worry. I'm good. Wait, no, I'm good. So basically just everything, this room, everything we're in, the internet, this web camera, this silicone ring, this tattoo, my hipster facial hair, which I will trim down a little bit today. Yeah, I'll trim it down a little bit today. And how important thought is, and the ability to critically think, to creatively think, to interpret those thoughts, to reevaluate those thoughts, and ultimately to enact those thoughts. And just how insanely important thought is for the world at large. And one of the reasons why I want to get better with my old noggin here and do some brain training is that if I can train myself to think better, and if I can critically and creatively think better, then ultimately that is going to end up giving a better end product in every fashion, whether it's a physical product, a digital product, whatever kind of semi-tangible thing. I know the internet's not really tangible, but whatever type of tangible thing I end up creating, is that it all starts with up here. And it is important to know that and to understand that, and also develop that better. Because ultimately, if I can think better, if I can think more clear, if I can think more critically, if I can think creatively without the confines of a construct of what I've been thinking or what someone has thought before me, that's how innovation is done, right? The ability to think outside the proverbial box, the ability to think unadulterated from previous thoughts. Because what I tend to find is that if you want to be innovative, it's not enough to just come up with a better mousetrap, right? Everyone creates something and then you take your own iteration of it. And then really it's just the same thing with minor variables and variances enacted in it. But what it should be is, if you want to have a revolutionary or innovative idea or technology or end product, is that you have to think of something that just hasn't been done before. I bet the person who made a spork, a spoon fork, It blew their mind and blew everyone else's mind around it. Why would you need anything else? Why don't we just all use sporks? I don't know. We should. We should just all be using sporks, but we use spoons and forks. But the person who came before said, hey, right, I got a spoon, I got a fork. Why don't I just marry the two? Problem solved. Now, no matter what I'm eating, what I'm doing, if I'm eating soup, I'm eating spaghetti, I'm covered, right? Sporks. So get better at brain training. I don't know if I really have any other ponderances as of right now as it pertains. I think self-thought is highly important, that we don't give enough merit to the things we think, just in general. You know, oddly enough, I was talking to my wife, and lately I feel like I'm winning at a very rapid pace. I feel like every day I'm winning. It is very rare. Now, mind you, I encounter a lot of problems at a very rapid pace constantly. However, I'm always finding the solutions to these problems rather quickly and rather easily. And there has been one time, maybe in the last 30 days, where I felt like I just lost. And it was an odd moment because I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, it has been a while since I felt this way. And quite honestly, I think that has a lot less to do with the fact that I'm winning or losing. And I think it has a lot more to do with the fact of the mindset that I'm in. Is that constantly I'm thinking, how can I win? How can I win? Now, obviously, the caveat to this is, if I'm interacting with consumers or clients, that, it has to be a team win. I just can't win. It's got to be, everyone wins. That's that's how you have to be as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as someone who works with clients, is it always has to be a team win. If it's not a team win and you're just winning, that's no way to do business. So with that caveat, but I think it's just my mindset. My mindset is that, like, I can't not win. It just won't happen. And, I believe that to be true. I will not lose, period. I mean, it's just not part of the conversation. I may lose today, I may lose tomorrow, I may lose a little bit, but over the long term, I won't lose because I can't. Just because I won't allow it. And I firmly believe that, and that's just entirely my mindset. And I think a lot of the self-speak we think, because I constantly think this, I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to lose. And it's not an arrogance thing. It's, not from a portion of me that's arrogant or cocky or whatever. That's just entirely my mindset, is that I will not lose. It's just a thing. It is what it is. And I've decided that. So I will ensure that I will not lose. So, this boils down to the mindset in anything, like whether it is, you want to learn a language per se, or you want to lose weight, or you want to accomplish whatever goal it is that you want to accomplish. It can't just be hyper focused on this one thing. And to me, I find that myself in life in general, or when I meet other people who are high performers or successful or whatever, is that typically they don't win in just one area in life, right? They're not, they don't just have money, or they don't just have a good family life, or they're in really good shape. Usually these high performers, it's everything. They have it all. They're in good shape. They have a good family or relationships. They, have money. They have their finances on track. They're happy, which is one of the more important things. It's that they tend to have it all. And I don't think they tend to have it all because they got lucky, but I think a lot of it boils down to their mindset, where it's like, I'm going to have this one singular thing, and the self-speak that they tell themselves about that singular thing in order to obtain it spills over to every avenue in life. So if they're like, I want to be in better shape, yep, done, next. So I think a lot of times, I'm talking to my wife and she sees me kind of outwardly all over the place because I have a lot of different projects going on right now. And although I do agree you should be hyper focused on one specific project, what I find is that, just with my self speak and my mindset currently, is that it's really easy for me to perform at an insanely high level across a multitude of different projects. And, if you're like me and you're a systems nut and you follow certain protocols for yourself to stay on track and stay on pace, honestly, it's not that hard. You just have to commit the time. Time is always the thing that you run into an issue, hence me never sleeping. I do sleep, but not that much. So the self-speak boils down to, yep, I'm going to win. So if I take on a new project, I'm not going to dabble in it. I'm just going to say, yep, I'm going to win at that project. Let's do it. What do we got to do? Great. Let's do these things. So self-speak is vitally important to help you accomplish your goals across a plethora of different avenues. So be good to yourself, say, hey, you're great. I love you. You're beautiful. You're intelligent. You're smart, right? It's always important to be grounded on what is truth and actuality, but it's also very important to have this positive self-speak, because without it, right? Imagine you're Evel Knievel and you're about to go off this ramp over 1 million buses doing 1,000 miles an hour. And if you have doubt in the back of your mind, you're going to crash. What helps you not crash, whether you do or not, is you say, I'm not going to crash. This is going to be easy. I'm going to do this. I have no fears because I'm going to make it. All right? Imagine what all of us could accomplish if we had no fears in life. Probably a bunch of stuff. So that is it. Thank you for tuning in. This was the Super Death Grind, episode 8.1. Today is Monday, October 19th. It is now 3:20 a.m. Let us go. Be good humans out there. Be good to each other. Bye.